Right now at 6, tracking Tropical Storm Barry.
Still expecting Barry to make landfall in Louisiana. I'm talking about any impacts here for the weekend.
Here at home, Barry could impact your travel plans. I'm live with what you need to keep in mind if you're headed out of town.
While the storm won't hit Houston, it'll still affect how much you pay at the pump. We're connecting the dots. Vice President Mike Pence visits the border as ICE raids begin this weekend. We have 3 things to know today.
A big shakeup for the Rockets. Chris Paul gone, Russell Westbrook in. We've got your take on who got the better deal in this trade.
Live from the KHOU 11 studios, H-Town Rush starts right now.
And first up at 6, the big story this morning, Tropical Storm Barry inches closer to Louisiana. The storm set to make landfall sometime tonight or early tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's looking like Houston is going to dodge this storm, but still a lot of people have questions. So make sure you send us yours with the hashtag HTownRush.
Yeah, Chita, as you kick off the rush block for us, we do have one of those questions for you now. Jamie asking why some models are still showing Houston as the spot for landfall.
I know, and it can be alarming. You know, when you look at those spaghetti plots and you see most of them all headed towards Louisiana, but then maybe 1 or 2 headed towards the Houston area. I can't speak exactly on which ones because I don't exactly know what you're looking at. However, sometimes what we do is we can show plots that are averages. So you take 5 years in the past where the storm location is, and it'll take an average upon that. Now, I'm not saying for sure that's what you were looking at. What I can verify this morning is what the National Hurricane Center is sending us, and this information is pretty much unanimous with most models here this morning. We're looking at a Louisiana landfall overnight into your early Saturday morning. So maybe sometime between about 3 to 6 a.m. Saturday morning, making landfall as a tropical storm where major impacts will be felt along the Louisiana and Mississippi coastline. The reason why, the east side of a storm is the dirty side. So to put this in perspective, take a broad view of the amount of rain that we're expecting all the way from here locally through Monday. That's about 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain, where that increases to about 10 inches of rain in portions of Louisiana and Mississippi, with isolated amounts really upwards of about 20. So because of that, I know a lot of you are traveling this upcoming weekend. We sent Janelle Ford. She's live along I-10 with how this will impact your travel plans. Good morning, Janelle.
Hey, Chita, good morning. So there's a few things we're looking at in terms of travel. First, experts say that you can expect a rush on our highways here in Southeast Texas, especially on I-10 West. TxDOT expects we could see more drivers trying to avoid Barry coming to or through Southeast Texas. Neither state transportation experts here in Houston or in Louisiana know which roads will be closed or how many people will clear out, but they say they have a partnership and plan in place to keep gridlock to a minimum. They predict it will be dangerous to drive along I-10 or any other highways in southern Louisiana. TxDOT says it'll work with Transtar to find and clear traffic jams, direct drivers with those electronic highway signs, and they'll get a hand from road crews. Now, right now, TxDOT officials are not planning to open contraflow lanes. As for air travel, so far, Southwest, Alaska, Frontier, and Spirit Airlines are offering travel waivers for flyers with destinations or connections in Houston this weekend, and there could be more to come. We've reached out to the Port of Galveston to see what cruise ship passengers should be expecting this weekend. We're still waiting to hear back, but like with anything else, if you do have a cruise scheduled, you're gonna wanna call the cruise line. So lots of things to look out for as this storm makes its way to land. Lisa, I'm going to send it back to you.
Okay, Janelle Fort live for us. Thank you so much. Louisiana, we know, under a state of emergency right now. The storm's outer bands are now reaching the coast. Flooding is a top threat for the state, along with a possibly dangerous storm surge. President Trump declared a federal emergency for that region last night. We'll certainly keep an eye on conditions. Right now, though, we do want to check in on our roads here at home with Steph.
All right, Lisa, thank you. You know what? It hasn't been terrible this morning at all, but we are focusing our attention on the North Freeway. We had some issues with some unplanned construction earlier this morning at Parker. We have not recovered on the southbound side. Do not take the feeder road there. It is sold out as well because of that earlier problem. So Hardy Toll Road still your best bet in Acres Homes. And then closer to the downtown region, southbound side, stalled 18-wheeler, putting a wrench in things by Hogan. I have not seen a heavy-duty tow arrive on the scene yet. Sometimes it takes hours for those specific types of tow trucks to get to the scene. So just just expect that to be a little nuisance until further notice. We also heard some chatter about a possible 18-wheeler on fire on the South Loop. It's unclear which direction at this point, but fire crews being dispatched to that area. That is very close to 288. All right, Lisa, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Steph. Breaking overnight, a gunman is on the run after firing rounds at an off-duty officer. This happened on Gillespie Road off the North Freeway in North Houston. That officer was apparently working an extra job when he radioed for backup, saying someone was shooting at him. He was not hit. Officials found bullet casings in the parking lot and on the North Freeway feeder. Also breaking overnight, a woman is found stabbed to death in a car in Northeast Houston. This happened on Sayers Street. We know a man is being held for questioning right now. Our Michelle Troy will have a live update on this ahead at 6:30.
A lot of attention focused on migrants at the southern border. Here are 3 things you need to know about today. Number 1, Vice President Mike Pence kicks off a 3-day border visit today. He'll be touring the Donna processing facility that opened earlier this year, and he will also be hosting a roundtable discussion about the border crisis. Number 2, ICE officers will start rounding up undocumented migrant families beginning this Sunday. The raids will target 10 major U.S. cities, and that does include Houston. Officials say migrant families evacuating Tropical Storm Barry will not be targeted. Which takes us to number 3. The president is dropping his fight to add a citizenship question to the 2020 census. The president's administration said census deadlines made adding that question impossible. Instead, Trump has asked federal agencies to compile the same information using existing databases.
Your Rush Block continues with today's other big stories, starting with 2 men in jail following a game room bust on Tidwell in North Houston. Authorities say the bust is a result of an undercover investigation at Nine's Game Room. 89 machines and 24 customers were inside. Authorities say this is part of an ongoing commitment to stop illegal gaming. The remains of a missing North Texas toddler have been found in a landfill. Cedric C.J. Jackson Jr. disappeared from his aunt's home on Tuesday night, prompting an Amber Alert. The aunt's boyfriend, Cedric Johnson, is now charged in connection with the child's death. Singer R. Kelly has been arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. He faces 13 counts, including child pornography. He's already been charged with more than 20 counts of sexual abuse. No word yet when he'll face a judge. President Trump held a social media summit at the White House, but without the industry giants. He says alleged censorship could cost him votes next year. Democrats have a different view. The president says he plans to invite major social media platforms to visit the White House for a meeting.
Up and out of the zone and swatted into deep center field.
A disappointing loss for the Stros against the Rangers. Final score in Arlington, 5-0. Both teams back at it tonight. First pitch at 7:05. And that is your Rush Block. Today's big headlines from here in Houston and around the world. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood. Tweet us with the hashtag HTownRush.
All right, they are teammates again. James Harden and Russell Westbrook will play together here in Houston next season. News of the deal blew up on social media last night, and here are your one-word reactions. They range from insane to silly, overrated to drama, and wowza. So what is the trade? Well, the Rockets are sending point guard Chris Paul and giving Oklahoma City a pair of future draft picks and pick swaps to get Westbrook from the Thunder. Now that's where he played with Harden from 2009 until 2012. Since then, they have both picked up the NBA MVP trophy. And did I mention they knew each other growing up in Southern California? In our live survey this morning, we're asking, which team do you think got the better deal? Right now, 60% of you say the Thunder. If you want to sway that, you can vote on KHOU.com/vote now or by using our mobile app. Teammates are already reacting on Twitter. Here are some tweets from Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, and Patrick Beverly. Even the Texans' J.J. Watt tweeted calling the NBA crazy, welcoming Russ to Houston. And then sharing this story about CP3. I thought this was important to share because he wrote that not many people know that Chris Paul was literally the first celebrity to reach out and donate to the Hurricane fundraiser. He just recently been traded to Houston, called up and said he wanted to help. Very first one. Good guy. I asked for your reaction to the trade. Sabal answered that the Rockets will be tough next season. Anthony here offered a little more analysis. He said Westbrook has a high IQ, but most importantly, he can push James Harden when he starts acting like a baby. They have history, chemistry. Now just add a solid 6-man and they could get a chip. We will see. Tiffany, though, not sure how to feel. She writes, Harden and Westbrook love to play iso ball. This could be great if they can figure out how to run the offense together, but it could be disastrous if they can't.
Last time we were up here talking about CP3, it was Daryl Morey saying, no, we're not going to trade him. We fully expect him to suit up this coming season. And then here we go.
How quickly things change.
I know.
You were the one who said, okay.
We'll see. And we'll see where Chris Paul ends up. I don't think he's going to stay with the Thunder, but we'll see. They buy him out.
It's an interesting offseason.
It's a very interesting offseason. Yes, let's get to Chita right now. Interesting weather as well, Chita.
Very interesting. Okay, so all eyes are on the Gulf right now as we track Tropical Storm Barry. The one thing you need to know for today, 94 this afternoon, feeling up to 105. So bottom line today, mostly dry for your Friday forecast. Temperatures will be in the mid-90s. Heat and humidity pretty brutal this afternoon. We will talk more about the track and intensity about Tropical Storm Barry coming up in about 5 minutes, Steph.
All right, Chita, thank you. One thing you need to know in traffic, we have a minor headache now just reported on the Southwest Freeway just outside the loop, and the West Loop to be exact. That is going to be on your northbound side. It is poking out in that far right lane at Fountain View Drive, so just watch out there. Brandy.
Thank you, Steph. 6:09, time for another news story to get you rolling into your weekend. You know guac's always extra? Now it's extra, extra. Avocado prices are 129% higher compared to this time last year because demand is growing worldwide. The national average for a single avocado today is $2.10. It was $1.17 in July of last year. A whole lot of people craving that avocado toast, I guess. Before your next getaway, make sure the places you want to visit are real. Thanks to social media, tourists are getting faked out. Maybe you've seen the famous Gates of Heaven in Bali. This viral photo of the landmark makes it look like there's kind of a body of water there. There's not. The photographer used a piece of glass under the camera to create that reflection. If you are interested in finding out if aliens really do exist at Area 51, well, just know that so do about 400,000 other people who are planning to raid the highly classified government facility. It's all being organized on Facebook. Where else? So on September 20th, all of these people are just supposed to show up in the Nevada desert at 3 a.m. and the Facebook post says they can't stop all of us. Note, if they've been able to capture aliens, pretty sure they will be able to stop you.
Yeah, September 20th. It's my wedding anniversary. Now we know, Joel. We know where we're going to be headed. We know where we'll be. Oh my God. Good luck, everybody. It's 6:11 right now. You don't have to be in the path of Tropical Storm Barry to feel its impact, what the storm means for your wallet. And it looks like a scene straight out of a movie. We'll show you the wild drug bust out over the Pacific Ocean. Plus, show some love for H-Town. KHOU helps us celebrate 713 Day in this week's TGI Houston.